This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The Daily Podcast.
All right, and welcome to another edition of Wrestletalk. My name's Ralph Williams, along with my co-host Smokin Jim Frazier, by way of the phone. And as soon as I get this off of here, you can see my face. There we go. Do that. All right, there we go. Wrong thing to do there. Well, I'll get it here. Just give me a second here. There we go. All right, we got it. All right, and then by phone here, which I'm going to put up in a minute here, is Smokin Jim Frazier, my co-host. Smokin Jim, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. This is my most favorite thing to do all week.
All right, and we have Travis, who says that we have a great intro. Thank you. I appreciate that, Travis. Thank you. Helen Lamb is tuning in on Facebook. Thank you, Helen. I didn't get you at the tail end of the last show, but that's fine. I got you now. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook. We'll be on Facebook eventually here. It hasn't picked up the signal yet. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but we're having a few little issues here, so we'll get them solved in a few moments. All right, hold on a second. Let me see what's going on here. All right. Okay, I see. All right, there we go. Now it'll be up. There we go. It's up. It'll be back on shortly. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but we'll get it done. All right. All right, here we go. Here it says here, Travis. It says, "What's Smokin Jim? How are you?" And it says, "I'll go sub to him." So there you go. All right, there you go, Smokin Jim from Travis. All right.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Smokin Jim. Let's get started here. Let's talk about the meat and potatoes of the show, and that's the WWE. The meat and potatoes are Saturday night's main event is this Saturday. I believe it's on Peacock. I'm not sure if it's on NBC or not. NBC probably is going to have some college games on, which they've been doing. I said this once, I'll say it again. ESPN was not going to get rid of their college contract to accommodate the WWE, and I don't think NBC is going to do it either, but I think it'll be on Peacock this Saturday. The card looks very good. I like what I see so far. What do you think, Smokin Jim, on this card this week for Saturday night's main event? Hey there, Smokin Jim.
I said, go ahead and start it off, Ralph, and I'll piggyback off of you on the card.
All right, great. First match, Jey Uso versus CM Punk. I don't know. They've had their time with Jey Uso. They want to try to do it again. I think CM Punk wins this because he needs to get a championship. He's been around for too long in the WWE right now and has come up short. But I think this time he wins. And then we're going to see if Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed decide to go up against him when he becomes champion. They may even spoil the broth in the soup for this match and interfere and cause problems, because if I know the division, that's what they're going to do. But go ahead, Smokin Jim.
Yeah, I think Punk's going to win this one, man, and I think you said it the best. I don't know if he'll win the championship, but I think he'll win this and put himself in position.
Yes, Travis says here, I smell Jimmy Uso heel turn. It's starting to come. I believe that to be the case. He wants to be on his own. My question is, if Roman Reigns comes back and needs his help, would he help Roman Reigns and stay with Roman and be a heel? Because I think if Roman Reigns comes back, he's going to have to be a heel in order to go after the division if that's his plan. You know what I mean? I don't think him being a babyface is going to do any good against the Vision if that's his plan. We don't know what his plans are yet coming back. So, Roman Reigns is a part-time wrestler, goes off and on nowadays. I think he's going to retire real soon because of that cancer thing that keeps coming up on him, that leukemia or whatever he has, or lymphoma. And, plus he's doing movies now with The Rock, and I think things are moving along for him. He may pursue doing movies rather than wrestling. So, which a lot of guys have done. So there you go. All right.
Can Jimmy come? Is it a possibility? Now this is far-fetched.
Okay.
But can Jimmy come back with Paul Heyman and join Braun Breaker and those guys.
You know what? That might happen. You know what? That's a thought process there too, because you know why? Jimmy feels lonely now. He doesn't have anybody. Who does he have? Right? You think about that for a minute. Who does he have? Okay. He doesn't like Roman Reigns. So where's he going to go? Jimmy's a lost soul swimming in a fishbowl. And you know what? He may even go with the bloodline with his brother, Solo Sikoa. That might happen.
Wow.
I mean, you know, or whatever that group is now that they're called, running all over SmackDown, beating up on everybody except the Wyatt Six. They haven't started attacking the Wyatt Six yet. You know, I mean, I see what I see happening here is Travis says he sees it coming up on the Raw. Or no, well, that's the same comment. I'm sorry. But anyway, I see the Wyatt Six as a formidable competitor for this bloodline. And what I see happening also is a few other things as well going on with this. I don't think Solo is going to be able to invade the entire SmackDown roster with the Wyatt Six in a way. But Wyatt Six got to get a couple more people in order to go up against the bloodline. I think they're a little short-handed, so we'll see. All right, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning is our studio sponsor here, and I almost forgot about them. 724-201-0500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. We're in Studio 10 here in Berlin, Maryland, just outside of Ocean City. And they are our studio sponsor for all RW Media Production shows and also for the radio shows as well, which is part of RW Media Productions, which I'll put up right here. There you are, RW Media. There you go. All right. Okay, next, Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland, 410-596-1681. Any real estate needs you have, give Mike Dotson a call. Look, it's quite interesting that I'm getting sponsors, a lot of them from Ocean City, but Western Pennsylvania has sort of failed me a little bit here. We have a few sponsors, but it sort of failed me a little bit here, I thought they would round up, but it's hard to do when you got something with a K involved, stealing all your advertisers and everything. So nothing you can do about it. But if you want to spend that kind of money on a commercial, you go ahead and do that because you won't spend it with me. So if you're interested in any sponsorship advertising with RW Media Productions, we have 3 package deals, 412-545-4317 or Ralph Williams 737 at gmail.com. All right, next is Carey Insurance Group, Ocean City, Maryland, and Delaware area. They call it the Delmarva region. Give him a call at so there we go. All right. Give him a call, 302-642-6201. That's 302-642-6201. Okay, we are now back live on Facebook. We were able to pick up the signal there. If you want to, put your comments in on Facebook, you can do so. We were having a little bit of technical issues, but they got fixed, and we're all set to go. We're back on Facebook for this broadcast. We're also on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter X, and we're also on the Kick Network, and we're also on the Huddle Sports Network as well. I said Bark earlier, but I meant Kick. Is where we are on that. So, all right. Next, we have another one of our new sponsors, North American Millwright. And they do construction work, and they do some great, I'm telling you, they do some great construction work. They've done some stuff on my house, and I recommend them to anybody. North American Millwright. Their number is 410-388-9370. That's 410-388-9870. Call them North American Millwright today. Give them a call. I got to tell you, they do some great work. They don't play games. They come right up front with the cost. Don't let some of these guys down here in the Delmarva region rip you off, because they will. If you live down in the Delmarva region, which I have a lot of viewers that do, call North American Millwright today for some really great priced construction work as well. All right, next we're going to get into our newest sponsor here, and there he is, Big Jim's Bikes and Scooters, Ocean City, Maryland. 3 locations on the boardwalk, 410-289-1203. Call Big Jim today. Look, I call Big Jim. Every time my family goes to the boardwalk, I call Big Jim. He has a scooter ready for me and my family, and he'll have one for you. He also has bikes you can rent. He also has those trams you can rent. He has those little tram things you can rent too. Give Big Jim a call. Been around for a long time. 410-289-1203. 888-866-0303. All right. Okay, Smokin' Jim, let's get back into Saturday night's main event coming up this week for the WWE. They're going to be in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're going to find out exactly what's going to happen here. So a great card here for Saturday night's main event, and I got the card right here as soon as I can get it moving here. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, let's see here. Okay, oh, that's not it. All right, here we go. Saturday night's main event. A new title match has been added because Dirty Dom wants to play games. It's Dirty Dom versus Rusev and Penta. Smokin' Jim, do you see Dirty Dom getting out of this one? I'm not sure, but I know he's got his little El Grande Americano buddies and whatnot, and trouble in the Judgment Day, which I keep thinking is going to explode one of these days and still hasn't yet. Your thoughts on this match?
Wow, you hit it on the head, man. I could really see Dom trying to finagle his way out of this one, man. That's a tough one, brother.
Yeah, well, his El Grande buddies will be involved again, so we'll see. You know how that goes. All right, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the Undisputed Championship. Now, this match wasn't going to happen. Nick Aldis wanted Cody to take a break. I think he was trying to screw Drew a little bit, making him do that number one contenders match. And then all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu got hurt, and we still don't know who his attacker is. I was told that it was one of the El Grande Americanos. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it could be the Bloodline. Who's the attacker? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure who the attacker is. But that's yeah. I mean, like who's the attacker? But anyway, all right. Next we have let's see, CM Punk versus Jey Uso. We already talked about that match. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the women's title, second time. Your thoughts, Smokin' Jim? Go.
Wow. And that's against Tiffy time?
Yes.
Nobody beats Tiffy time. She's just getting better and better. Although, that's going to be a hard one. But two of my favorites. But I'm gonna continue to roll with Tiffy time.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, I like Jade Cargill. I was hoping sooner or later she would get a title. My thoughts with her is she should go after the U.S. title with Guerrilla or whatever the heck her name is. You know what I mean? And
well, that's what I thought she was doing Friday night when she came in. To step up for Tiffy time.
Yeah.
And Jay looked good, man. She looked big. She looked fit. She looked good. She looked like a champion, and then she turned on Tiffy. So I was surprised. I thought she was going after the smaller title.
Yeah, she should, because she held that one in AEW for what, 2 years? Gosh almighty, she held that title for a while. And I thought that maybe perhaps she might do that, but she didn't, so. But anyway, all right, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, let's talk about Raw. They won another match. How long do you see this going on, Smokin' Jim? And what do you see? They're going to be involved in a match next week against the Kabuki Warriors. Next week's Raw is going to be real interesting. What do you think?
I think they'll hold it until they can find a
storyline.
Until they can find a path to a singles championship for the Queen. That's going to be tough. So they got to keep her with a championship belt. She is the Queen. The chemistry is a little better than I thought it was going to be. They're starting to get pretty good chemistry together. So I think they'll keep it. What belt do you think that eventually will come open for the Queen?
Well, she always goes after the championship belt. So I'm thinking she may go after Tiffy if Tiffy's still the champ, or Jade Cargill. I never see her going to a lower belt. But I will say this. She is trying to get 2 more so she can tie her dad. as far as because she's 14-time champion now. She could be 15 and 16-time champion, no matter which one she wins. If she wins the NXT, if she goes after what's her face up there in the W or in Raw, if she goes after them or after Tiffy time, and we could have or no, I'm sorry, she goes after Stephanie Bakura, who has it. Bakura has it right now, So Travis says Jade Cargill's heel turn was perfect. Yes, it was. She's great when she's a heel. She was better when she was great when she was a heel in AEW. I mean, she had her little gang there, and it was nice to see her win there. It's sad she hasn't won anything in WWE yet due to some unforeseeable circumstance. Here's a match here on Raw on Monday night that I really, really thought was a wasted match, kind of. But Sheamus, I thought he had JD McDonough, and then all of a sudden, of course, as you know, the Judgment Day have to get involved. And, it's interesting now that JD McDonough won this match. And where do you see the Judgment Day, as I spoke earlier? Will they ever dissolve or restructure or whatever? Because you got this, and Dom. I think Dom's going to go on his own. I think his little faction is going to be with the El Grande Americanos there. What is it, Deuce and Enrico and El Grande? So I pretty much know who two of them are. I don't know who the third person is. One of them is, of course, the El Grande Americano is Ludwig Kaiser, Tiffany's boyfriend. And then also you have Butch, who used to be Butch. You have that. He's the Deuce Americano. And the other one, Enrico, I don't know who that is yet. But, we'll find out. Here's something I talked with my wife about last night, Smokin. Ever since Chad Gable's been on the shelf, we haven't seen much of the Creed brothers in Ivy Now. Your thoughts on that group?
Wow, man, that's a great observation by your wife, man. I didn't think of that either, man. You're right. How long is he going to be? Chad Gable going to be out?
I don't know. He has a broken shoulder. He had surgery. He's in an arm sling right now. When he comes back, I don't know. And my question is, if he does come back, will he be El Grande Americano again? Will Ludwig Kaiser let him? That's going to be the interesting part. So, all right, Pensman Sports has joined me. He got off work. How are you? I'm great, Pensman. Pensman's also my monitor here. He monitors all comments that come through. Also, tune into Pensman Sports. I have to promote my friends here because they promote me. Pensman Sports right there. He does a lot of content on his YouTube channel, Twitter page, and he's also with the Sports Nuts now as a contributor to NHL hockey. So that's a good thing. And then also Brian Pettit is a steady on the Sports Nuts show as well. And also, speaking of the Sports Nuts, here's their graphic right here. Tune into them. They have a show coming up tonight, and they also have a show. They do a show on Friday. And they talk college, and they have some great guests on as well. So tune into Brandon Keeler and the Sports Nuts as well. All right, Smokin' Jim, let's get into who do you think, if CM Punk, other than Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, who do you think would be a good competitor? LA Knight. I don't know how many more times they're going to give him a chance. So. Do you think LA Knight could beat him?
Punk?
Yes.
Yeah, he could beat him.
I think he could. I think it's LA Knight's time because you know why? I'm Ralph Williams. Yeah. Let me talk to you. All right. Don't forget that either. Get to know my name because you know why I'm out there now. And I'm going to tell you, I forgot to talk about this too as well earlier because we were busy with the, if I can find it. All right, but anyway, let's see, is that it? Yeah, there it is. Highway Radio Hits. I will be a steady on there starting November 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. Your drive time with me, DJ Fun. Highway Radio Hits. I will be on there as well from 1 to 3 p.m. starting November 6th, playing some great tunes for your highway drive home. Highway Radio Hits. Tune into it's an internet radio station. Great bunch of guys. I've been meeting with them, and it's a great thing, and I'm glad to be on there. DJ Fun is back, but I'm on the radio for the first time as DJ Fun. Also, if you live in the Delmarva area, 412-545-4317. Call me. I got some great rates if you need me in a bar, club, or anything else, or on the boardwalk or anything like that. Call me today. I'm taking I am taking reservations for next year for any events you want to do. I'm going to start next year. I'll try to start this year there, but my house and everything and getting other stuff, my health, kind of derailed everything. So I needed to get that back in order. Benjamin said he had a long day. Well, at least it's great that you tuned into the show today, because I at least helped you with your long day by you tuning in the show, and I appreciate that. So, and so it's always a good thing when you have a long day to come and participate in the Wrestletalk show. So there you are. I know what long days are like, Pensman. I had them in my 35 years in customer service. All right, Smokin' Jim. Anything you want to add to anything for WWE that I may have forgotten? Go ahead.
No, I think you landed on all of them. I don't think that who's the championship match?
It's going to be, the number one contenders match for the title, CM Punk versus Jey Uso. And then you got Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for Saturday.
And that's for the championship, right?
Yes, that's for the championship,
yeah,
right?
I kind of think Drew, I don't pick anybody against Drew McIntyre. I kind of think Drew may win the championship.
I'm crying, Drew McIntyre. Oh boy!
Remember the time when he won the.
He won the title and CM Punk cashed in, or somebody cashed in on him. Or Seth Rollins. Yeah. He has the shortest time of the holding of the belt of anybody in the WWE. And you know who else had the shortest reign as champion? Remember that time Daniel Bryan won the title when or beat somebody or came out, and they only held it for like a minute, I think 2 minutes, and he came out and cashed in. Yeah, that was at a WrestleMania too. That was funny. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, there's been some funny things over the years in the WWE. But let me ask you this. I think the Attitude Era with Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, I think to compete against to compete against WCW at the time, I think had to be the best time in wrestling in a long time. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I just enjoyed it. So hilarious. And you know what? I even watch old videos. I love the way Stone Cold used to harass Vince McMahon, make his life a miserable. You know what?
Well, Stone Cold was one of my favorites, man.
Oh, he was. He was mine too. What you got? That's the bottom line, because Ralph Williams said so. Okay.
He had the voice.
Yeah. LA Knight's like that. He's got great mic skills. He always has.
Yeah.
Even when he was Eli Drake in TNA, he had some great. Oh my gosh, when he was Eli Drake, he's called by a dummy, that kind of thing, So, but anyway, yeah, you big dummy. There you go. I got to put my Fred Sanford up, or you big dummy, So there you are. But anyway, hey, let me ask you this question. I think you're tired of it too. Maxine Dupree once again versus Becky Lynch. When are they going to find Becky Lynch some competition? Get somebody in there, like maybe a Jay Cargill, move her to Raw, have her do that, go up against. I want to see something better, but I think WWE's plan is to let Becky Lynch keep this belt for an extraordinary amount of time, because obviously they're not putting any good competition up against her. What do you think?
Well, they have to play out Dupree because she held a title for a while.
Yeah.
So they kind of feel like she earned the opportunity, but yeah. And then they get under people's skin and they challenge. But like you said, the management got to step in and say, "Hey, you got to wrestle somebody."
Yeah, exactly. And then she makes her own matches. I mean, I thought the GM was supposed to make matches. You know what? I got to give it. I want both of them fired, because TKO said they were going to crack the whip when both of them took over. Adam Pearce's show's always out of control. You know what I mean? So, and then okay, Pensman says Becky Lee versus AJ Lynch would be a good match, or AJ Lee. Yes, that is going to be a great match, Pensman. Good point on that one. But I want to say this: I read a report over the weekend here. I don't know if it's true that AJ Lee's not going to wrestle much. It's going to be a part-time kind of thing. She'll come around when needed. I don't think she can carry. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe her conditioning from being off 10 years. Okay, her conditioning with working with CM Punk and things like that. Maybe that would be the best match. I would hope. I would have loved to see that on Saturday Night's Main Event. That would make Saturday Night's Main Event, don't you think? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'd like to see that match. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the title there. So. Oh, by the way, folks, I wanted to say Britt Baker was supposed to come to the WWE. She made a return at AEW about a week or two ago. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, back with AEW.
Oh, from Pittsburgh.
Yeah. She was supposed to, believe it or not, no one thought she was a real dentist, but I will tell you that her instructor or professor goes to Eastminster Presbyterian. And I was... When I would go to Eastminster, and I'm still part of the family, even though I live here in Ocean City, he told me, he said, I had her as a student. And I said, well, that's great. And she has a professional dentistry business up in Meadville, PA. So I wanted to let everyone know that. So.
Yeah, Pitt got one of the top dental schools in the country.
Oh, they do. Yes, they do. Absolutely. So. And so take advantage, too, if you can, in Pittsburgh, when they have those free dental things down at the convention center. I forgot to mention about that. I know we don't talk much of this kind of stuff here because this is wrestling. But anyway, speaking of wrestling, how about some good independent Pittsburgh area wrestling? How about All-Star Wrestling with the Pros of Wrestling? How about that? All right, the Pros of Wrestling, Dan Polinsky, father of Corey Graves, friend of mine. I'm friends with the family. They're going to November 8th, Saturday, at the Ross Township Recreation Center. That was the event or the place where they had the Bruno Sammartino celebration. So I'm going to put this up a little bit better for everybody to see. There you go, Ross Township Community Center. Also, you can use the QR code here and scan it on this thing. You'll see on their Facebook page, and for more details as to what's going on with that as well. All right, that's with the Pros of Wrestling. Always a pleasure to help Dan Polinsky and his group here with this as well. And as soon as we get any other events that we know they're coming up either here in Maryland or in Western Pennsylvania, we will be posting them here as well. All right, that's not what I want to see. Hold on a minute here. I'm trying to find the other one that I thought I still had. No, I do not. Well, that's okay. But the Pros of Wrestling, November 8th, and we'll keep you up to speed on any further events going on with the Pros of Wrestling and any other organizations as we go this week, because we support all the independent organizations. And if you have independent wrestling around the Delmarva area here, and you want me to interview any of your wrestlers or anything else, just feel free to reach out to me, RalphWilliams737@gmail.com. And also, your comments are welcome. We have some emails here, Smokin' Jim. It says, this is from Brian. He's a steady watcher of all RW Media Productions programming. He also listens to our Sports Corner show on the radio. He says, Ralph, as always, you put out some great material. It's really sad to hear that people in Western Pennsylvania are not sponsoring any of your shows or not being an advertiser. It's also sad that you don't have more viewers of this program and many other things going on in your social media life. Absolutely, Brian, I do agree with you on that. That is a problem, but also, and he also says here, we have the best wrestling show around the country. So there you go, Smokin' Jim. So just to let you know. All right.
Oh, that's awesome, brother. That's great.
Paul in Alaska says, Ralph, I watch your show all the time. It's a great wrestling program. I wish my bosses here at the radio station I manage in McGrath, Alaska, would let me put your content on my radio station. Well, thank you, Paul, for that. Up in Alaska, McGrath, Alaska. So, we got some national emails here today, Smokin' Jim. We don't get too many of those, but we did today. So I just want to let you know, Paul's also a steady watcher of RW Media Productions programs. Smokin' Jim is also part of RW Media Production programs. He's on with me, Smokin', on the Sports Corner radio show. He's here every Tuesday with us. And don't forget to join Smokin' Jim tonight on Pittsburgh Sports Line with Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Chip Hayner, Mike Rohde, and whoever else Al decides to put on there. I think he put the janitor on last week or something from the Bethel Park Community Center or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, since Smokin' Jim, I wanted to talk to you about something off the air.
Okay.
About a stinky comment that our buddy Harry made on
Wow.
93.7 The Fan. I will talk about that off the air because this is wrestling here. I'm not going to talk about it here. But anyway, he made some ridiculous comment, and you know, him and Adam Crowley kind of got into it a little bit on social media. So you know, I always keep up with that stuff. So you know.
Wow.
All right, AEW Smokin' Jim in this here. Andrade, as you know, is no longer with the WWE. The plan bringing Andrade back to the WWE was him and his wife wanted to spend more time together since they both traveled between two companies. Well, it turns out Charlotte Flair and him got a divorce. So Andrade decided to move on to AEW so he wouldn't get in the way of what Charlotte Flair was trying to do. All right. Now, WWE is challenging AEW and threatening to sue them because they signed Andrade to a contract and he still has a clause in his contract going out that says he cannot wrestle for 1 year. And you know, I forgot to bring this up. That's why I'm bringing it up now. I forgot to bring it up at the beginning of the show. What's your thoughts on this here thing? He has a contract that states that he cannot wrestle for a year anywhere else other than maybe the independents or something. He can't wrestle at all for a whole year. And I can't believe he signed that contract. His lawyers are claiming that he never signed it. What's your thoughts on this mess?
Well, I'm not totally surprised. I mean, contracts are contracts, and they could be tricky. And you've been in the media for a number of years. You know, you leave one station, and sometimes you can't work for 6 months to a year. You know, so I've seen that with you know, a bunch of people over the years. But yeah, I never heard about that in wrestling, but it seemed like it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And guess whose family he was joining? He was going to be part of the Don Callis family. He showed up to help them. And,
they got to get the lawyers involved. We got to get him with Don Callis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. We got to get him back in AEW. You know what? I got to give Don Callis credit. I don't like his bald ass. Let me put it to you that way. But I got to give him credit for the way he's put this family together. I mean, look at who he has. I mean, look at what he's done. I mean, you know, I don't like his bald ass because the way he screwed Kenny Omega. But that's beside the point. You know. How have the mighty have fallen? How about Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, man? They kind of fallen out of favor in AEW now, you know?
Wow.
I mean, they've gone downhill doing stupid matches and things like that. And, you know, Kenny Omega looks like a lost soul in a fishbowl. I'm hearing stories now that I'm hearing Adam Copeland might be coming back to the WWE. He left Christian Cage hanging in the wind. They had a match against FTR, I believe it was. And they beat him, and he said, "I can't do this anymore." You know, but Beth Copeland, his wife, has signed a contract to wrestle at AEW. So I'm wondering what's going to happen now with Adam Copeland. Maybe he's taking a break. Maybe it's beating up his body. He's up in his late 40s, early 50s. You know, trying to resurrect his career. He doesn't need to. He's a Hall of Famer in the WWE anyway. You know, so I get it. I don't know people's situations. But you know, what do we see with Adam Copeland? Is he just taking a break, or do you think he's going to move on to something else?
Well, with a lot of these wrestlers is getting up in age, man. They make the mistake of you know, leaving one company for another because, I mean, we talked about Stone Cold Steve Austin. When he started getting up in age, he really didn't wrestle that much. He might come out and
he makes an appearance like he beat Kevin Owens that time.
Makes an appearance here and there, and you know, then does a big match. You know what I mean? So you can preserve your body. But when you go somewhere new, it's almost like starting. It's almost like when you went to Ocean Ocean City, Maryland, you had to prove yourself all over again,
Yeah.
and you did.
Yeah, I did.
So you got to, you can't be taking days off and weeks off, man. You got to wrestle almost every week, and Copeland's his body just can't hold up like that.
All right, tonight's AEW Dynamite tonight, coming up to their latest pay-per-view coming up, Full Gear, AEW. Going to be interesting tonight. Fright Night 4-way fight, Samoa Joe versus Bobby Lashley versus Hook versus Ricochet. Winner faces Hangman Page. Did I not call this Smokin' Jim? I said Bobby Lashley wanted to be an independent wrestler and go after championships. And look what he's doing.
Called it.
Did I call
you
that?
Called it.
Yes, I
you
did.
Called it.
I said it right here on this program that he was going to do that. And that's going to be an interesting fatal 4-way for an opportunity to go after Hangman Adam Page. Samoa Joe supposedly is trying to win one more championship. This is a story that I read that he is trying to win one more championship, and then he's going to step away. He's in his early 50s or middle 50s, and it's taking its toll on his body. So we'll see what happens. Fright Night again, 4-way match. Here we go. FTR versus the Young Bucks versus Jet Speed versus Jurassic Express. Winner faces Brodito at AEW Full Gear. Now, Brodito is that Brody King, and I think that Bandito or whatever his name is, that masked man. They right now hold the titles that they won from the Hurt Syndicate. What do you think about this match here? I hate to do this, I'm taking Jurassic Express in this. They need to resurrect their careers. They just got back together. This would be a perfect opportunity for them to come back and resurrect their careers. FTR, they've been around too much. Young Bucks, I told you earlier, are fading out in the win. Jet Speed might win this too. They're not too bad either. Your thoughts?
I tell you what, man, I got to piggyback off of you on this one, man. It's too close to call, but I do agree with you.
All right, women's tag team championship. They now have an AEW women's tag team belts. Quarterfinal match: Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter versus the Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julia Hart. Oh, that's going to be an interesting match. But I like Sky Blue and Julia Hart. I've always liked them. They know how to wrestle. What do you think in this match? I'm taking the Sisters of Sin. What do you think?
No CEO in this one, but
oh yeah, she's won every belt imaginable. I think she has like 8 of them now. I think we talked last week. She has like 8 belts. Oh my gosh.
But I'll go with Sky Blue and the gang too.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, Don Callis is having a family summit. A family summit. I got to see that tonight. All right, they are in Burt Ogden Arena in Edinburgh, Texas. That's where they're at tonight. What they've been doing, Smokin' Jim, and I think it's a good idea. They've been doing the model like TNA. They've been doing the model like ROH used to do. And what they're doing is they're going into these places like where it's Hammerschlick Hall or Hammerschlick Arena or whatever, it's Hammerstag or whatever the heck it's named, up in New York. They were there for 8 weeks. They did all their shows there. Then they went back to their Daly's place down there, that's owned by the Khan family, right outside of where Jacksonville Jags play. Okay, and they were there for about 8 weeks, maybe a month or two or whatever. Then they moved on to another city. That is what they're doing now to save on travel expenses. The one thing that killed TNA when they were owned by Dixie Carter was their travel expenses. They didn't know how to manage their travel expenses right. So what happened was now they're back where they were before, and they were trying to compete with the WWE at the time by going into other cities. They were doing house shows in some places and stuff like that, but then they decided to stay in one place I think it's in Nashville or wherever they are now. I don't even know at this point. But they're following the same ROH model, because I used to work security at ROH events in Pittsburgh, and they would do 4 matches to cover the month in April and December. They always came to Pittsburgh those 2 months, and they would do 4 matches in one night or 4 shows in one night. It would start at 6. They would do, the first show, then do the second show and the third and the fourth and tape them. That's how ROH did it. And now TNA's following that same model, and now so is AEW. What do you think of that model?
It's brilliant. It's really brilliant, man. Wow. Yeah, because traveling expenses is like that'll shut you down quicker than anything.
Yeah, well, WWE knows how to manage their travel expenses, but you see, like if they're going to have a pay-per-view in England, they always manage to have SmackDown and Raw in England. Or if they do this pay-per-view like they're doing at Salt Lake City now, SmackDown is at Salt Lake City. I remember when they used to do it in different cities. Remember that? And then, the travel expenses, like you said, can be a real headache. I mean, it could be really awful, so. But anyway, all right, Smoking Jim. Anything you want to add or talk about here before we wrap it up here shortly?
I can't think anything, brother. You laid it out great as usual. Both shows, man. The booking machine is back at it, kicking and scratching.
Yes, I am kicking and scratching on the phone, on the emails, getting people here, and getting them in for everything else. So, don't forget, please, everybody, tune in this week to some of my other shows here. Let me show you what we have, and I will also be on tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on Steel City Sports World tomorrow night with Luther Dupree, Smokin' Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano. It's not a great week. Westinghouse lost the City League Championship game to U Prep. Smoking Jim, first time in a while that they've blown a City League Championship game. So we'll probably be talking about that tomorrow night. Don't forget tomorrow night, 7:30. The way I see it, the Ralph's Opinion Show. The government shut down. They're kicking my butt with these emails, which is great. I appreciate all the emails. Ralph, what do you think about the government shutdown? I gave my opinion last week. But this week, I'm going to really give my opinion on it. In the state of Pennsylvania, they're shut down as well. Don't forget about that as well. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. Shame on Josh Shapiro. You want to run for president, and then all of a sudden now you have a state shutdown as well. Shame on you. All right, 2 o'clock every Saturday as part of the triple header of Ralph Williams Saturday. The 2 o'clock p.m. on The Answer, Pittsburgh. 1250, 92.5 on the FM dial, and also on theanswerpgh.com. You can also tune into the show. Also go on Google and scroll down to, put up 1250theanswerpgh.com, and don't forget about doing that as well, or theanswerpgh.com. I'm sorry. I was told by the radio station I'm saying it wrong, but I'm saying it right now. Also, don't forget 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Saturday as well. The Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show. 1250 a.m., 92.5 on the FM dial. And we are also on Sundays now. From Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., you get us 2 days a week. You asked for it, you got it. And I'm working on getting us on weekdays on another radio station here real soon. It's coming. My radio agent's working on it. But that happens as well. And at 10 a.m. on also on all my social media platforms, don't forget about the Saturday or the sports show now, the college football. We talk about college football show. Lots to talk about this Saturday. We had it last Sunday. We blended in, kind of combined a little bit of NFL talk as well last Sunday because I had prior obligations on Saturday. And I went to the Sunfest in Ocean City, Maryland on the boardwalk. It was beautiful. It is let me put it to you this way, the condensed version of the Three Rivers Arts Festival, but it was nice. So I bought me a big fish, put it on my social media platforms. Highway Radio Hits. Don't forget to join me starting November 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. Call your friend, call your cousin. I'm going to be spinning some tunes as DJ Fun. Not only do I do that kind of radio, but I also do private parties and events in Ocean City, Maryland. Don't forget to call me as well. 412-545-4317. Ralph Williams, 737@gmail.com. I'm booking for next year. All right. Smoking Jim, final thoughts before we wrap it up. Go ahead.
Again, man, it was a great show. Looking forward to all the matches this weekend, and can't wait, man. Can't wait again for the show next week, brother.
All right, real quick here before we go, and I forgot to mention this. Hold on. Okay, Killer Cross, formerly known as Karrion Cross, has joined MLW Wrestling and is going to battle Matt Riddle, set for November 20th at the Charleston event. So there you go. Didn't take Karrion Cross long to get a job. He's going to get into another wrestling company. He's an MLW.
Where's he at?
Karrion Cross.
Wow. Where's he at?
He's with MLW, and on November 20th, he's going up against Matt Riddle. So
wow, I would love to see that somehow.
That's going to be an interesting thing. Yeah, go on MLW's YouTube channel. You can watch all their matches on there.
Okay.
They have their own YouTube channel. So, but anyway, we talked last week about Matt Riddle turning heel, and so he calls himself the Super Bro or something now, or the Heel Bro or something. I forget how it's done. Then you got Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin, there as well. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. All right, we're going to go into TNA real quick here before we wrap it up. I forgot to get into that too as well. So let's see here where we at here. We talked about the match last week between the Hardys and the Dudleys. The Dudleys have officially retired as Dudleys. Probably we'll see some of the events going on with Bully Ray. He always makes some kind of an appearance. So we're going to find out what happens this week anyway. But the Hardys, their deletion, they're kicking butt and taking names. They've got a couple more belts as well added to their repertoire before they retire and go into the WWE Hall of Fame. I see them as going in right away as soon as they retire. So, but anyway, all right, let's see what we got from Pensman here. All right, here we are. Oh, no, it's the Sports Nuts. Great to see you, sir. Great to see you too, Brandon. Thank you. We talked about them earlier. We'll talk about them some more. The Sports Nuts, tune into their show tonight. They have a great show with some great guests on tonight. Always a great show with the Sports Nuts. Brandon, Shane, Matt, some great people, some great interviews. Great show as always. Great content. I only associate myself with people who have great shows and content. I don't associate myself with people who don't. All right, let me see here what we got for tonight. Let me see here. Willow Knight. Oh, wait, she's going between TNA and AEW. Well, that's it for right now. I don't have much to offer for you about AEW, but anyway, Smokin' Jim, thank you for being part of the program as always. And don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock on the Steel City, or no, not 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, excuse me. The Pittsburgh Sports Line on Bethel Park TV. They're also on YouTube, and they also have their own Facebook channel. Don't forget to tune in to Smokin' Jim Frazier and Fiction and Facts with Smokin' Jim's Almanac. He's already mentioned my name a few times on it too.
Yes, sir. Yes,
especially
sir.
when we started our show on Beaver County Radio. I love it when he said, "If there's anything I do good, is talk on the microphone on the radio." So,
my man.
and I appreciate that. All right, Smokin' Jim, thank you for being part of the program. We'll talk with you next week right here. And don't forget, Saturday, Smokin' Jim and I will be on with Claudia Rosano and Luther Dupree on the Sports Corner Radio Show every single Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m. Oh, by the way, November 13th show of the Sports Corner Radio Show. Robin Cole, former Steeler, and his son. Robin Cole has a book out, and both of them are going to be on. They're going to talk about the book. It's going to be very interesting. Former Steeler Robin Cole, great guy, great community guy as well. Robin Cole, what do you think of that, Smokin' Jim?
That's going to be awesome, man. Former first-round draft choice of the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, workout warrior. So I'm sure he'll give us some insights, man. It'll be a great interview.
Yeah, with my association with the Vento family, I never really met Robin Cole. I've met a lot of other Steelers, but not Robin Cole. So it's going to be a nice interview. It'll be great. All right, Smokin' Jim, thank you once again, and don't forget to tune in next week for WrestleTalk. Until next week, for Smokin' Jim Frazier, I'm Ralph Williams. Please be safe by all means. Thank you.